When we visited the Madina Denton Zongo Junction, this was what greeted us. The spectacle was nothing short of drama, as the Lankwantana municipal guards descended heavily on pedestrians who failed to use the newly constructed footbridge, lashing them and asking them to kneel down in full glare of the public as punishment for failing to patronize the footbridge. Nearly a month on, the situation is no different as we observe the same drama unfold before our eyes.
You see, Ghana for also they deserve it too. They deserve it. Honestly, you may think that they are. I don't know, but some people would think that this is too much. But the people, they've become so indisciplined, and I don't blame them. It is the way laws are lousy, so lousy to enforce. The enforcement of law is so lousy in Ghana. Look, we all take pride in Singapore and all the rest of it. But Charlie, Singapore implemented very radical measures to keep Singapore clean. They were lashing them on the street. You get me? They were lashing them on the street. Graffiti, spitting on the street, chewing gum, throwing chewing gum on the street. They lash them instantly. And sometimes you pay a fine. For these little crime, they lash them for disobeying simple social rules and regulations that keep the city clean and orderly. That is how human beings conform. That is the only way human beings conform. We never revolve. We are creatures of adaptation. We adapt to any circumstances we find ourselves in. That is how smart human beings we are. We adapt overnight. We adapt overnight. The only thing that makes humans, we shift our mindset from a spectrum of disobedience to obedience is law enforcement and the retribution of disobeying the law. This kind of conduct, I'm telling you, say, if they done it continuously for a month, people will start using the footbridge. People will start using the footbridge. So people may see this and they'll probably think, say, oh, Charlie, governor on the human rights for no. On law school, human rights for no. Oh, it did all this. Oh, and it's inhumane. Oh, Maza. When you have a society like the Ghanaian society, and I blame leadership. I don't blame the people. I always say I don't blame the people. The people have been allowed to do things their way constantly for many decades. And that subino can reform overnight by enforcing laws. They are crossing the road rough son from UK, from US, where there's footbridge. By the time they get to these parts of the world and they see everybody is using the footbridge. They see everybody is using the footbridge because do a carriage now. There is a very high, what do you call it? Road, your friend saying, the barrier that divides the dual carriage together. There's a very high one there. So you wouldn't even attempt to cross it. You understand? And people, the dual carriage is, people just use it. People just use it. They just use the footbridge without being asked to do so. And you see everybody using it. You just get there, you use it. But when they get to these places in Ghana, they see everybody crossing the road anyhow, so disorderly, so indisciplined. And I always say, I don't blame the people. I don't blame the people. When you blame the people, you allow leadership at all levels of the society to get away with it. People who are empowered to enforce laws in Ghana, they have allowed the people to be indisciplined and lawless. So this is what they need to do. You have to have a way of enforcing the laws. It's not an exact science, people may say, your friends saying, teacher found this only human right for. Forget about them. What the human right for each year? All the human right by Europe, by UK, America, all those places, they enforce some martial laws. Where is the human rights? When they have to enforce laws, they enforce it to keep society in the right direction. For the interest of public safety, they enforce laws. So that's the way it is. People must be forced to obey laws in Ghana, otherwise we're going nowhere.
Janet Mohammed failed to use the footbridge and now had to contend with the angry guards.
I should sit down and wave. No, should I sit down and wave? It's okay.
She's adamant and resistant in following through a directive from the guards. Is it the first time of using this junction?
This is my first time coming here. I didn't know that if I cross here, it will be some problem here.
But there was a footbridge here. You didn't know about it?
Yeah, I lied to say I didn't know that if you want to cross, unless you climb that thing.
But she's not alone. Several others who failed to use the footbridge were also caught up in the same league and asked to kneel down and raise their hands.
The information is that there's no instruction that shows that we shouldn't cross the road here.
Even if there are no instruction, is it not risky for your own self for crossing the road?
Sure, but the fact is that it has always been so over here.
And there's now a footbridge, which is why you have to use it. Initially, we didn't have a footbridge, which is why people were crossing, but now we have it.
Although there was a footbridge, we used to cross the road here. So there has to be a public notification.
Shockingly, we spotted this military man crossing the road without using the footbridge, and the municipal guards watched on without batting an eye. GH1 News reports on corporal punishments meted out to persons who failed to use the footbridge was greeted with mixed reactions, with people indicating that no matter the power granted by the law enforcers, they need to use reasonable force in effecting an arrest, and that does not include license to punish suspects. But this municipal guard, night ago, when we